Hi everybody, thank you so much for your purchase. My name is Suzanne Cross and I am going to walk you through creating the awesome products that you received to make your graze board with Fresh Fix. So first off, I'm going to talk about what we use to create our platters at a board above. And how we make them, and then we'll go through the ingredients and get them on there. So everything you see here is everything you should have. I just have I think one extra thing, like the rosemary garnish that you probably already have in your fridge. So when we work with charcuterie platters, which by the way, they can be bamboo like the one that you have, or you can use a wood platter that you have at home. We like to do several different items. So first off, we start with our cheese, and we've got some great selections for you today. Then secondly, if you are a meat eater, we do love our charcuterie. One tip that I always talk to people about is that if you don't have your cured meat on your platter, then it's technically not considered a charcuterie. Otherwise, it's just considered a platter. So we've got a couple of options there for you today for that. And then we also like to do stuff that's fresh, like fruit or vegetables. And so we've got some of those here for you. We've got nice tangerine and a beautiful radish. We're going to show you how to make a radish rose. And the nice thing about those options is they give nice pops of colors to your platters too. And then we move on to something that's briny. So you can do an olive, any kind of pickled veggie. Today we've got these beautiful pickles from New York Deli, from Barrel and Brine. Excuse me, New York Deli pickles from Barrel and Brine. And then we also have for you something crunchy, which the radish that we have in here today is going to serve for that purpose for you, but also this beautiful pepitas mix from Stony Brook. These are maple flavored, they're delicious. And then we also have top seeds crackers, which are also going to give you that nice crunch. And then finally, what do we have? We've got some garnishes. So obviously your cranberries are your fruit, but we are gonna talk to you about how to sugar them. And they add a nice pop of color, but it's also something sweet, and it's a pretty little garnish for your platter as well. And like I said earlier, we do have rosemary. You probably already have this in your fridge. And this is perfect to use for a garnish. You can also use any herb that you might have, thyme, basil, anything like that, or if you happen to have any edible or food safe flowers, those are nice options as well for you. So those are the items that we like to have on our charcuterie platter: the cheese, the meat, the fruit. We like the briny, we like the crunch, and then we always add in something a little sweet too. The fruit can certainly serve as that purpose for this platter. If you happen to have any like chocolate covered nuts or any chocolates at home, you can always put that on your platter as well. Believe it or not, cheese and chocolate really goes great together. So first off, we're going to start with our cheese, and we have some great cheese options here from Lively Run Dairy. This is their brie style soft cheese. It's delicious. It's called Sheldrake Moon. So I'm going to open that up, and I'll just show that again to you. But we're going to open this one first. And then we're also in your package going to have a graphic of a picture of the actual board. So you can also follow along with that too. And just be creative. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You certainly can to make it look like the picture. But if you want to create something and do your own little style, that's great as well. Make sure to tag us though on Instagram. Okay, so this cheese right here, you can really, if you wanted to, just leave it on your platter. Put maybe, if you have any honeycomb at home, or like I said, any flowers that are edible or safe, you could put those on top to decorate it with. I'm going to cut it up into a few different pieces and place it on the platter, and I'll show you the platter after each step as well. So we're just going to slice that in half. Now it's a very, very soft cheese, so you might want to even stick it in the freezer for a few minutes before working with it. And when we work with our cheese, so I sliced it in half, and now I'm going to slice that half in half, and then we're just going to make little triangles. And again, it's going to be a little harder just because this is a pretty soft cheese. So if you get it in the freezer for a little bit, you'll be able to slice through it probably a little better. The key is to use a very sharp knife. Okay, so we've got these nice little triangular pieces, which are really nice bite-sized pieces. And we're gonna just layer that on our board. And hopefully you can see me just like such. So it is pretty creamy. And we're gonna serve this one with actually the honey that came in your platter. There should be a little honey stick. And and this will be great to go along with that. So yeah, this is a little creamier than some of the other bries that we work with. So just gonna do the best we can here. Now, a lot of people ask me if you can eat the rind, and the answer is yes, it is edible. Not all rinds are edible, but this one is. If you don't like the rind, you can simply just slice it off and eat the middle parts of the brie. So we're just gonna make a little half wheel right here. So you don't have to use your whole, the whole brie. You can, if you want, just do half of it and save some for another time. So we're just gonna do the half there. And then we had this, the honey that you got in a little jar. I just put it in a ramekin. And we're just gonna kind of put that right there next to the brie so people know what they're gonna be doing with it. And then I believe we had a little honey stick somewhere. Got one over here. So you can just place that honey stick right next to your brie. And as you can see, we've got that nice little area already set up with the brie. Okay, so next we're going to move to, let's see, we've got two other cheeses here from Lively Run. And we've got the Shire, which is a beautiful cheddar-y almost flavor, and it's beer brine. Delicious. That's going to really pair well with your pickles. And then we also have the Lively Run, the Finger Lakes Gold. This is a goat cheese, and it's delicious as well. They're both really good cheeses. And we're gonna do something a little bit different with both of these. So you'll find often in the stores little wedges like this, and these are perfect to style with. So for this one here, it's actually a bit crumbly. So what I'm gonna do is just, you could just take a knife. If you have a cheese knife that has a square edge to it, you can crumble it a little bit better, but I'm just gonna simply take this, kind of cut a little bit around the edges and save the back rind. Okay, so this rind here is not edible. It's more of a waxy rind, so you don't want to eat that. But what I did is I kind of cut that out, and we're just going to use that as a little shell, basically, for our cheese. So we're just going to put that here, and then we're just going to make little chunks, bite-sized pieces, so that it's just more presentable and more inviting for your company, and that way they don't have to cut into it themselves. It's already ready for them to take bites of. And then we're just going to put that right back into our little vessel that we have. Okay, so there's what I have at this point. So we've got the two different cheeses on here. When we make our platters, we make them pretty full. There's not a lot of space in between. They turn out really pretty. All right, so next we have another wedge. We're going to show you how to make triangular shapes with that. So we'll leave the back on, and we will cut off the sides. This is the Shire from Lively Run, okay? So now we've got that, and then we're just going to make slices, probably about a 1/4 inch thick. They're going to look just like this, so you'll have triangular almost pieces. So we like to have, when we're working with our platters, we do a soft cheese, which could be your brie, could be your softer goat cheeses, mozzarellas, anything like that. So we do a variety of cheese options. So we do the soft, which is the brie that we have today, and then we have the semi hard, which would be this cheese here. This was the Shire, and then the harder cheese, we like to have that as well, would be that Finger Lakes Gold. So having the variety of cheese is just going to be nice, because not every guest likes a soft cheese or a hard cheese, but it's also great for texture purposes too. So for this one, we're just going to make some pretty fans. So what I've done is I've cut all those slices, and then I'm just going to layer it like that, okay? We're just gonna do a pretty little layer on one side over here, and then we'll do it on this side as well. Little fan look. Okay, so those are the cheeses that we have there for you today. Now we've got two meats. This one here is the Battistoni Genoa, and it's the wine and garlic. Okay, and we're gonna show you how to make a river. So with this, you're gonna fold it in half once, like a taco, and then you'll fold it in half again. Okay, so you've got a little piece that looks just like this, and you're gonna keep doing that and adding them together. So fold it in half like a taco, and then you fold it the opposite way, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna keep putting them together, and that's how you make a river. Now your rivers, because we have a smaller platter today, aren't gonna be super long, but if you have a lot more guests and you have a bigger platter, you can make really long rivers, and they call it that because you can design it to look like a river. So today we'll have a mini river. So we're just gonna keep doing that, folding and placing them together. Now this is a beautiful salami. It's gonna go great too with all of these cheeses. Okay. You don't have to use everything in your package either. You can save some for another day, however you prefer. So I'm just gonna take this over here, just put it right in the middle, okay, like such. And then you have one more meat. This one was from Niagara Foods. It's a salami di Abruzzese, and we're just gonna do little slices with this one, okay, on a little bit of an angle. And these will be nice bite-sized pieces, so people, again, it'll be inviting and people can just grab those. Make sure your knives are sharp. I'm not sure if yours is coming pre-sliced or not, but if it's not, then you just slice it yourself. All right, so we've got some nice slices, and we will put just a couple pieces over here, and then we'll probably take some more and put it on the other side as well. It's all about balance when you're working with your platters, especially when you have colors. You want to spread them out and put a pop, you know, here and a pop there. That way, when you're looking at the platter, your eyes go across the whole platter, not just in one spot. Okay, so we've got our cheese and our meat. Next, just because I have it in front of me, I'm actually gonna show you how to do this beautiful radish rose. Our employee Gina made this, and it's gorgeous. She's the pro at roses, but this is gonna just look so pretty right on our platter. We're gonna put it right there. Now to make that, I've already got it started, but I'll take it apart and show you. So we have these little ramekins. You can just get these at the dollar store. You know, if you don't have a ramekin, you just place the, you know, radish slices on your platter somewhere. But these, like I said, dollar store is super easy. We might even be able to include them for you, I'm not sure. But the radish, what we've done with it is we've used a mandolin to make super thin slices. Hopefully you have a mandolin at home. If not, you can just use a knife. Just be careful. Try to make pretty thin, you know, slices for yourself. So what we'll do is you take your ramekin and you just simply start layering it, just like such, one on top of the next inside of your ramekin cup. And you're just gonna keep going until you really can't go much more. You're gonna save some room in the middle, and that's where you'll just roll up some little pieces to make that middle. So we're gonna keep doing this. And let's see, like such. And then you can kind of fan it out just a little bit. Okay, and I kind of got the little shell there. And then I don't have enough pieces with me, but what you can do is if you've got a couple pieces left over, then you can do that and put one on top of the other, and then you'll roll it. Okay, and you're gonna make the little center piece just like such. And then you'll just put that in inside the middle there. I've got one little piece left that I'm gonna work with. And then I'll just put that in there. So it doesn't look as pretty as that one there, but if you have time to play with it, you can get it looking really nice. And like I said, if you don't have the time to do that, you can simply just place, you know, some of the radish right on your platter. This is nice, any type of veggie on your platter, I personally love. If you have a dip at home, anything that you prefer, you could use on your platter too, but I just like to eat them like this. They're nice to have in between bites of your cheese, both the fruit or the veggie and the fruit, to help cleanse your palate in between bites. And this is very delicious. It will go really well with that, that Shire. Okay, so next we are going to, let's see, we're gonna work with the pear, and pears are great, apples are great to add to your platters, grapes are gonna be another good option as far as fruit goes, any fruit that you would have at home. But today we've got the pear, and we've got this nice tangerine, and we've got your cranberries. So for this, I'm just gonna show you how to slice it the long way. You can slice it in quarters if you want. Just make sure when you're working with your fruit that you would just do a little bit of lemon water over it once you're done, so that it prevents it from browning. But we're gonna just go ahead and slice right through and just make a few slices and leave it kind of intact. And it just looks really pretty on the platter like this. Just gonna kind of keep it just like such. And then you can even just layer it a little bit, just like that. Okay, and then for your tangerine, I just like to cut these in half. All right, they look pretty as is. If you want to have it, you know, easier for your guests to grab, you can actually just take your thumb and go all the way around the edge, and that way it loosens it from the skin, and then it'll just be easier once they grab. So again, just a little bit more inviting, and just like such. So if somebody takes it, then they can eat it like that. Okay, so we're gonna do a nice little pop of color over here, and we're gonna do a nice little pop of that orange over there. Okay, we'll finish off with those. So I'll save the cranberry. And we've got these beautiful pickles from Barrel and Brine. I just need to get a little paper towel here because I don't want them getting their juices all over. So you can either put these in a little cup if you have one, like a little ramekin or whatnot, or just put them directly on your platter. I think I'll just put mine right on my platter because I know exactly where I'm gonna put them. So we're just gonna dry them off a little bit. And I'm gonna put mine right over here behind the radish. I love those two little colors together. That green and this purple is really pretty. And then we kind of try to pair things up when we're making our platters too with how we would want people to eat them. So I said before, the Shire is going to be really a good pairing with the pickle. So it's right next to it. So that's there. And then you can also even, we have a bunch here, so you can do another little pop just for that added color too in another area. So we'll just put a couple over here. So far, I know we're moving a little quickly. This is what I've got here for the platter, okay? Now we've got our crunch, and we've got some crackers to work with, and our little papitas. I will put these, because they're so tiny, in a little ramekin. That just makes it easy. And they're not so messy all over. But these are delicious. Little maple flavor. So good. Okay, so let's just put these up here at the top. And then we're gonna scatter some of these crackers throughout. These are from Top Seeds. And we love their crackers. Okay, and these come in bigger sheets, so you'll wanna break them up a little bit. Now, at this point, if you are making your platter and you're serving it to your guests a little bit later, I probably would hold off on putting any crackers on there. And so what you could do is just wrap this up at this point and then save it for later. So when we're working with cheese and meat, we always want to work with it when it's very cold. But when we're serving it, we like to serve it at room temperature. And so I would at this point wrap this up and keep it in the fridge until about an hour before my guests arrive. And then I would take it out and put the crackers on it and just let it sit, just so that the cheese and the meat all have time to come to room temperature. So let's just pretend that we just brought it back out again. And now we're just gonna decorate it with our crackers and just do a little garnish on there, okay? So we're just gonna put some crackers here. And then you'll do some crackers over here. Just kind of next to most of the cheeses, and then people can grab a cracker and grab some cheese or however they want. These crackers are great too because they're gluten-free and they're nut-free, so they're, you know, they're allergy-friendly. One of my favorites. Let's see, so I think we've got enough on here for now. And then lastly, we're gonna do the garnish. Actually, I'll break this one in half a little bit. Okay, so we've got our cranberries, and then, like I said, we've got a little bit of rosemary. Oh, and I meant to show you too, this beautiful radish. Obviously you have it in your package, but they're just so pretty. They taste good and they're really beautiful on the inside. So I've got cranberries, which you had in a bag, you know, in your little kit. What we did with these is we sugared them. Pretty easy to do. You just do a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to water. So you'll just boil that on the stove. So let's just say you did a 1/2 cup of sugar. You're gonna do a 1/2 cup of water. You'll boil that and make a little bit of a simple syrup. I like to turn the heat off and then throw the cranberries in and stir them around just for a few minutes. You don't really want to cook them because they're actually really nice crunchy like this. You can even add in a little squeeze of, you know, if you have extra tangerine, you can do either some of the zest from that, or you can squeeze in some of the juice and it'll give them a little bit of that orange cranberry flavor. But if not, that's fine too. So you'll make that simple syrup, throw your cranberries in just for like a minute or so after you've turned the heat off, and then you're gonna simply scoop them out and put them into a bowl of sugar, and you'll just stir those around, and then you can scoop them out and lay them on a drying rack, and they just get this nice little crunch to them, and they're just really pretty on your platters, and they're quite tasty too. One of our favorites. It's a nice tart little pop and sweetness at the end. So that can serve as your sweet for your platter, and it's also just really pretty. So we'll put a few of these in a couple different spots on your platter. You'll definitely wow your guests with these. Super simple to make. Okay, so we've got some there. I think I'm just gonna put a couple here. Wherever you need a little room to cover up some of your spots, you can just do little pops of those. Okay, lastly, we're just gonna do our garnish. So like I said, if you have any thyme at home or rosemary, basil, any type of herb, you can use that as a garnish. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little piece right by my brie. And then I'm gonna do another little piece right in here. You don't want too much, you don't want to have it be overwhelming at all, but just enough to give some pops of color and spots and that little wow factor for your platter. So I think that looks good. I can't wait to see how you create your platters. So make sure that if you have majors that you tag us on either Instagram or Facebook. Our handle is at aboardabove 716 on Instagram, and then it's just at aboardabove on Facebook. You can also reach us at 716-599-0056. We are located in the village of Orchard Park at 4218 North Buffalo Street. We're in the rear, and we do a bunch of different platters and charcuterie. We do big catering events such as weddings, showers, it could be intimate parties, you name it, but we create big table spreads, and we love what we do. It's art with food. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and purchasing your kit from Fresh Fix. We hope that we can do this again with you in the future. Thank you.